To recap, I turned on the power, found a mysterious black cat, and met a secret machine that thinks it is me.
Locked. Did I lock my door? I don't remember where my keys are.
These nightmares have been unbearable. I still see the same man in my nocturnal visions, but now he is holding something in his hand, what I believe to be a lotus flower, which seems to be continuing this grave and serious conversation again and again. But I still can't remember the contents. During work hours, sometimes I hear his voice through the radio. It is not in the form of a meaningful sentence, but more like some unconscious muttering. I'm afraid to tell anyone about this, for I hate the very idea of the suspension I will probably be facing. Thought that was just lore. It wasn't really secret. You. Aww. One of the composite sculptures we've come across during the initial field trip. It has an open third eye on the forehead as well as inside his hand, which I think indicates some kind of state of knowing because allusions to knowledge, in Elder things reoccur all the time in the most every base relief we have discovered so far. All this leads me to believe that these creatures inhabiting those halls have acquired some kind of knowledge from the Elder things, fabled creatures of primal myth. Several other examples of the composite sculptures ranging from humanoids to reptiles in shape. They were mostly damaged and generally in a really bad shape. The lost parts were completed by the artist's imagination. The abundance of five-pointed shape seen in the design of the structures we've come across cannot be overlooked. In addition, most of the elegant figures adorned and staring silently from above most of the gigantic gateways are reptilian in shape. The grotesque masonry caused an uproar with the continuance it wore on its reptilian face when we found it residing within the almost substantial darkness of the cave where it had been carved in eons past. Some of the crew even claimed that they had heard some muffled laughing sounds coming from within it. The pine cone it was guarding, or hiding with its humanoid hands, had some symbols carved into it which we are yet to decipher. Cool. Built the glass. If Colt is here, where is he? I'm inclined more towards the notion that our nocturnal visions are not just faint and fantastic reflections of our waking experience. Every time I pass into a state of dormancy, somehow I can explore while I am dreaming the vistas of grandeur. An alien prospect and unnatural disposition, so vividly expressing the outer extent of this world I've yet to discover. If only I was endowed with the artistic skill to describe my visions. All I know is that all this became evident after the Conarium session started. Even though I'm not one of the participants, I am somehow affected. I feel I am absorbed while in an unconscious state, in the oblivion, crossing the line beyond the wall of sleep. Oh, they're gloves. Okay. Are these my keys? Found the key with a tag on it. DeWitt? John DeWitt.
If his coat is just right here, where is he now?
Holy crap. Okay. I notice a very curious and dangerous development in the psychological condition of the whole crew that compels me to record this note as an initial diagnosis report. The problem is especially intense for three subjects: Dr. Barlow, Dr. Anderson, and Frank Gilman, who I've been inspecting closely since the onset of their physiological degradation. During the past 2 nights, the aforementioned subjects woke screaming in their beds, thus affecting and demoralizing all the crew members. When I spoke to them personally, I noticed some serious deviations in their behavior patterns. As time progressed, I note deep changes in their mental conditions. When really pushed, they clearly start to behave like someone else, which led me to believe I was facing some sort of multiple personality disorder, but it's too early to draw any conclusions. Other subjects are not too far of cry from their normal personalities, but the difference is of course obvious. Their condition is getting worse day by day, and a serious medical examination needs to be carried out on everybody displaying such symptoms. I informed Dr. Faust and warned him about the consequences. He looked worried, but nonetheless hasn't mentioned it to me since. With the weather conditions we've been having lately, it seems extremely unlikely that we shall receive professional help from the outside world, or will be able to send somebody away for a thorough medical examination, which is the only sane thing to do under the circumstances.
Locked.
Oh, yeah. I forgot all about this. Right in the face. Hallucination time. Oh, I can move out of the way.
Can't breathe.
Guess it was you. You already got your pores on me now. Oh no.
Who is this? It's impossible to determine with so much decomposition.
My key? Oh no. I'm gonna need a minute. Time out. Okay, I'm back. We have finally finished excavating the monolith that was silently waiting for a soul to see it again. Situationed within the circular building we reached with a link elevator. That magnificent piece of carving was buried halfway down under a mound of debris, and most probably could have been written in the earliest pages of history. I cannot describe exactly my feelings for the first time when I stood aghast contemplating that gigantic stonework inside of those time-worn halls of silence. Only God knows how many ages have passed since its initial carving. Just thinking about its age sends shivers down my spine. Which civilization could have constructed such grandeur, now waving a forlorn goodbye without giving away the secret of its masters? Furthermore, even though most of them are damaged beyond repair, we spotted some symbols resembling the rock art of the Sahara Desert in southeast Algeria. We don't have any strong evidence to suggest anything, but Cornell Blake clings mostly to the continental drift theory. In any case, we don't have enough data on its age, but it is evident that history needs to be rewritten yet again.
Oh, yes. These are the pre-human species we found frozen in a cave far south of the base.
It is thawing right now.
Oh, yes. These are the...
I got a key. Oh. Door. I didn't see anything. Okay, so where do I find to make this stop? A flashlight? I'm looking for something spooky. Something to jump scare me out of this predicament. Okay, maybe it's outside the door. Nope, can't open the door. Hope I didn't break the game. Yes, I've looked. Eleanor.
I believe no more can we harbor ourselves on the safest shores, for there are things that cannot be undone. I think you should retire to your room. I am going to think a bit more.
Oh, you want me to leave this room? Right, I'm going. Where am I?
locked. It's locked. Locked.
To tell you the truth, this house is big. Fix all the floorboards. We're not gonna... What did I just... There we go. Somewhat humanoid in form, these sculptures initially remind us of terracotta army sculptures carved as a funerary art, buried with the first emperor of China to protect him in the afterlife. But judging by the writing on some of the bas reliefs, now we believe that these wooden puppets or golems were used to carry out some tasks for their masters, just like the Egyptians in certain funerary figurines, which are the servants of their owner in the hereafter. We saw the golems in several sizes, and it was terrifying to see the huge ones, sitting in silence on the carved and polished rock stools as if waiting for a command. There are lots of gateways leading to dark and damp corridors that were mostly carved in ages past. Some of them were covered by strange ivy-like plants swaying back and forth despite there being no external force to move them. They seemed to come from levels below, creeping through crevices in the rock walls. To stop probably superstitious gossip amongst the crew, Dr. Barlow, our botany expert, personally started to examine them. The first submarine explorations revealed what was lying in the underwater caves. The most striking features were the structures with openings in them, like doors and windows. They made us wonder whether those caverns had been carved underwater or if they had been submerged at a later date and thus had become redundant to those who had carved them. The Versailles, the legendary drink of the oldest myth. I heard about the exclusive mixtures decades ago when I was writing my thesis on Selva de Firnorum, also known as the Sage of the Diviners. An entheogenic plant used mostly in religious or shamanic ceremonies for centuries. No one could gather any information about it other than its legendary mystical psychoactive properties. In some sources, it was a drink of the gods, while in others, a key for opening gates to places that lie beyond the conventional human senses. The sole bridge to be passed in order to leave the body restrictions of the flesh. Most scholars will kill even for a hint about one of its lost ingredients. There's something I was on the lookout for throughout my career. A new formula is forming in my mind. I feel like there's a chance for me to produce, if not the original, then a variant of the legendary mixture. Insert name here. With the new clues I have uncovered during my work here. So did he do it? Because I am air? Separating me from my flesh? Mountain of Madness. Is this the crank I've been looking for? Close. Oh. Pink elevator. What now? Why? You didn't do this before. Oh.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I am trying, searching for the only way.
Hey! Hey, can you hear me? Damn it! Who was he?
Oops. I think I wanted to go down. Oh snap. What was up again? The tower.
This is amazing. Most of the ground-level structures have been crumbled and rounded from untold eons of savage storms, and thus weathered into shapeless ruins. However, both the ground level and the cavern systems below are clearly displayed in these bas-reliefs. The most striking features depicted in this grand panorama, I believe, are the tall, occasional towering spires, which somehow resemble a lighthouse. They all seem like focusing a light beam towards a colossal structure in the center. Could there be some sort of religious meaning behind this? Or simply something that has a more practical use? I'm not sure.
I was still there metal cranking up and nothing. Oh. Put my head in the way.
So this is the strong light that can be seen from ground level.
So if I go outside and look up, I ain't going all the way back through there. I already take too much time reading. That's more like it. Crumbling. There is some strange vegetation filling most of the hallways, as amazing as it is deadly. There is a hidden world right beneath the insert name here, base, and even though I was prepared to find such a place, it was way different than imagining alone. We tried to cut our way through, but the plant reacted with highly poisonous gas seemingly coming from its glowing buds. I issue a warning to stop anyone going near any of these plants they came across in any of those caverns. I also noticed a strange phenomenon after I spent some time examining a sample from the plant. It occurred to me that individual vines grow and shrink in length on demand. It seems as though it can move, even though there's no air currents, and too regular to be caused by natural factors. This may sound strange, but I have the notion that it is conscious, at least on some level.
Hey! Anyone here? Dr. James? Dr. Morgan? Anybody? Where are they, for God's sake? These ivy-like plants are blocking the way.
Oh, well, you seemed like I figured something out. Can't tell if that's where I came out. That's where the axe was, I think. Okie dokie then. Vision? No vision? Or can I go down some more? Oh, I can't. Well, I'm gonna leave it here Because now I gotta do some backtracking and stuff, and yeah, that's gonna take me a minute. Now I'm out.